Hey guys, it's Dan and Johnny. We just got done seeing X-Men Apocalypse. Johnny, take it away. What's the storyline?
Okay, so as everyone knows, this is the third film in the James McAvoy, Michael Fassbender, saga.
Yep.
The first one was First Class, and in 2014 there's Days of Future Past, and now obviously we have Apocalypse.
Yep.
In this one, it takes place in the 80s, and Xavier finally has his school really set up, and he has these new students like Cyclops, Jean Grey, and then Magneto's out in the world. He's kind of hiding away from society and hiding his powers. And then everything seems peaceful, and Apocalypse rises, basically. And I'm not going to go into details about that right now, but it obviously messes some things up, and someone has to come save the day, and obviously that is the X-Men.
Yeah, so right off the bat, I will say the best thing about this movie is Michael Fassbender.
He's the best actor in it, no doubt. Yeah,
definitely. His performances.
He's never given a bad performance.
Yeah, he's so good. But especially this one,
Mm-hmm.
you don't expect performances like this in like superhero movies necessarily. I guess recently they are getting better.
Yeah, they're getting better. I think just
they're not character.
But this isn't new for the saga though. He's been great in
Yeah.
every movie, and Magneto is such a dynamic character. And even though he is a villain for the most part, he has a lot of heart to him, and there's a lot. It's a very intricate, for his decisions and his emotions, and he has a lot of setup, and we've seen him from the beginning, in since First Class when he was just a kid, and to see him now, all these years later,
Quicksilver again debuted in Days of Future Past.
Yeah.
And again, even I don't know if it was better this time because it was pretty much the same as last time, but it was very, very funny.
Yeah, the sequence was funny. Yeah, I think everyone will enjoy it. That was definitely one of the highlights from Days of Future Past.
And does it again here.
Yeah, it was definitely really good. Also, James McAvoy, great as Xavier as usual. This kind of same thing as Fassbender. And then also, I really liked the new students for the most part. I really liked Ty Sheridan as Cyclops. He really felt like Cyclops. And Jean Grey, Sophie Turner from Game of Thrones, obviously I really liked her in this. She didn't have a lot to work with, but she was really good with what she had. And they placed a lot of focus on her character. And I liked her dynamic with Cyclops as well, because obviously we know they become a couple eventually.
I do like that also they jumped around, it seemed like quite a bit. They were in Egypt a lot. That doesn't get much play in movies really. So it was kind of cool just to see that,
it is in some like obscure places like Poland.
Yeah.
They go to a few different locations that maybe you might not even expect to be in this movie. And it was cool. I like that aspect of it, definitely.
Is there anything negative that just stood out to you, like that was just a big like...
Jennifer Lawrence. I'm sorry. People say she's a great actress, all that. She is a pretty good actress, I'm not gonna lie. But she does not... She was okay in Days of Future Past and, the previous movies, but I just wasn't really feeling it in this movie. She kind of just gets from scene to scene, and she makes it happen, but it's just not there.
I totally disagree. I think Jennifer Lawrence was decent.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not decent. She was good.
Serviceable is what I would say.
Well, they did the best they could with what they had.
Oh, another negative. Olivia Munn.
Yes.
They put her in a lot of they put her in a lot of marketing for some reason. They really highlighted the aspect of this film is that obviously there's a lot of characters, but there's a lot of female characters as well. Like I said, Sophie Turner was great as Jean Grey. I also really liked, I forgot to mention, Alexandra Shipp as Storm. I thought she was pretty good with what she was given. But yeah, even with Storm and obviously Psylocke, they just didn't have enough material.
I have to say, this movie was at least 25 minutes too long.
It was definitely too long.
It was so long, and when you're sitting there thinking this movie should be over, that's not good.
I agree.
Not good.
I agree.
He liked it a lot more than I did, and even he agrees with that.
I agree 100%. This movie was too long.
It was so long, and they jam-packed so many new characters and just overall characters in there. Rose Byrne's character
did not need to be in this
movie. It was a cool moment at the end, and there was a cool little cameo she did at the beginning. Mm-hmm. But she was throughout the whole movie, and I was like, she doesn't need to be there. What the hell is she doing?
I agree, man. This movie...
Man, and the script, some of the parts were just not good, and they did the best they could. And
I agree.
Michael Fassbender is such a good actor that...
God, he's such a good actor.
Some of the parts, like the scene early on that he just killed... With his...
Let me say, there's a scene in this movie that is one of the best scenes I've seen in a movie all year. Yeah, it's focused on Michael Fassbender, and he knocks it out of the park in this scene. It is so good.
You could have put that scene in any 5-star Oscar movie, and everybody
100% agree. And the direction was good in the scene too, which it wasn't as great in some other scenes. I'll say that. But this scene was great, and it highlighted what Michael Fassbender is to this franchise and this movie. I just wish it could have been elevated a little bit more. Obviously,
I'm gonna give this a generous 3 out of 5. It just is overdone, overproduced. There's so much CGI. The script is very weak at points, and there's too many characters. And it's 3 out of 5, and that's generous. I should give it a 2 out of 5.
That's a little harsh. Let's see. I'll say 3.5 stars.
Okay.
This movie could have been so much more. I don't know what happened.
This is the perfect example of
less is more.
Less is more.